want to experience Israel, huh? Well, you didn't hear it from me, but the place to do this is called Haifa.
Hold on a second. First of all, it's not Haifa, it's Haifa. Because, you know, Haifa University is a university built on Palestinian land. Palestine, am I right? Remember her? In 1948, Israeli Zionist militias colonized the land that Haifa University is currently built on, which is called Palestinian Mount Carmel. Do you know what happened in 1948? No? Just about the most catastrophic ethnic cleansing in Palestinian history, which we call the Nakba. This land where Haifa University currently rests on saw its Palestinian population reduced from 61,000 to 4,000 as a direct consequence of the Nakba. In fact, the university itself was built on the old Palestinian village of Al-Khuraybi, which was attacked by Zionist troops and reduced to rubble in April 1948. But I guess she's right. This is what it's like to experience Israel. But okay, back to you, bestie.
Israel's third largest city, Haifa is definitely its friendliest. A surprising, dynamic metropolis with a sweet, low-key attitude in the middle of some of Israel's most gorgeous scenery. And right at the top, you've got the University of Haifa.
You know, she's right. Haifa is the friendliest city in Israel. If you're Israeli. You're not entitled to the friendly card if you're Palestinian. Which kinda sucks for us because we're getting major FOMO from this sweet, low-key attitude. We're also missing out on Israel's most gorgeous scenery because all we can see are the remnants of our destroyed villages, on top of which these sites were built. Very sweet and low-key, huh? But still, let's see what else is on offer. There must be something for us.
If Haifa is the best of Israel, then the university is the best of Haifa.
If Haifa is the best of Israel, then the university is the best of Haifa. Interesting. Because whenever I talk about the importance of academic boycott and Palestinians' right to academic freedom, people always object and tell me that we need to keep the university separate from the state's crimes. But Bestie here is telling me that the university is at the heart of Haifa and therefore at the heart of Israel. Let's break this down a bit further. Haifa University takes a political stance and actively and willingly upholds Israeli violence in several ways. I want to tell you all about how Israeli universities are tight with the army. Did you know that Israeli universities are encouraged to give student soldiers special treatment, which is actually stipulated under Israeli law? For example, soldiers who participated in the horrific massacre of Gaza in 2008, which murdered over 1,400 Palestinians and unleashed total destruction on the infrastructure and landscape, were given special benefits by universities like Haifa. Not to mention, Haifa University also secured a tender to organize higher education courses for students training to be future military intelligence officers, offering them direct support by having a military base on campus for their program. On top of this, Haifa University manages 3 military colleges, including the National Defense College. How cool is that? You get to go to school with real-life war criminals. They even carry around weapons and wear their military uniforms on campus. Now you can happily visit the university with the knowledge that you will be protected from the scary Palestinians by Israel's democratic militarism. And they say Israel is not safe.
Arabic, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Druze, Baha'i, beach, mountain,
Hotel, Trivago,
industry, high-tech, academic excellence, and an active student life. It's all right here, all coming together. Just like it will for you as a student at the University of Haifa International School. Here you get a panoramic view, not only of the Galilee and the Mediterranean, but of everything a top academic institution has to offer.
Ooh, sounds exciting! I'm curious to see what the university does have to offer. Perhaps it's the Department of Geostrategy, which proudly shapes Israel's policies around solving the demographic problem, a euphemism for reducing the amount of Palestinians in the country by any means possible.
Whether you're enjoying one of the University of Haifa's superb English-taught academic programs, delving into the internship and volunteering opportunities, or hanging out with your Israeli dorm mates, you'll be interacting daily with the people who make Israel.
Ah yes, my Israeli dorm mates. Funny you mention that, actually, since the University of Haifa had to have a literal court tell them that they were being discriminatory towards Palestinian students because of their accommodation policies, which prioritized housing for Israeli students. I mean, yeah, these discriminatory housing policies would mean that my dorm mates would probably be Israeli.
There's never been such diversity in a university. Here, you'll be who you want to be, because this place lets you be who you are.
Aw, this place lets me be who I am. Isn't that sweet? Remember when Haifa University tried to expel Palestinian students for protesting against the university's racist housing policies in 2001? Or when the uni banned students from raising the Palestinian flag during campus demonstrations in 2013? Or when it attempted to expel students for hosting a Nakba commemoration event in 2014? And what about when it exclusively banned all Arab club events for that same reason? Do you remember? No? Well, we remember. I guess we can be who we are, as long as we're not Palestinian.
The University of Haifa is all about you. Best of all, you'll experience it with us, your amazing teaching staff, classmates, full-time social activity coordinators, and new friends from Israel and abroad. University of Haifa. Meet Israel.
Well, this is awkward. As much as we would love to accept your invitation to meet Israel, a lot of us actually can't go. In fact, the majority of us are denied access to those colonized areas. You know why? Because the Israeli state deprives all Palestinians who are exiled from Haifa and the rest of Palestine their right of return. And for those of us who do live within Palestine, we still can't go because of the oppressive checkpoints and arbitrary permit regimes that impede on our freedom of movement. But don't you worry, we don't actually need to visit Haifa University to meet Israel. In fact, we're already well acquainted with Israel. We've gotten to know its war crimes, and apartheid, and violent settler colonialism very personally. In reality, Haifa University is actively participating in Israel's genocidal ethnic cleansing and dispossession of the Palestinian people. And no amount of advertising, high-quality camera work, or sweet, low-key attitudes can hide that fact. But thanks for the tour, University of Haifa. It's been real.
جاي